Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online class biology session, respiration, the energy releasing system. So we have completed the lesson. We have studied about the different aspects of respiration, that is the process by which the chemical energy stored in the food is released in the form of ATP along with carbon dioxide and water. It is called respiration. Respiration begins with breathing. It's a combined process of inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. We have studied the types of respiration and the process of respiration. The respiration in aquatic animals, terrestrial animals, the path of air, respiration in human beings, respiration in plants, isn't it? And we also discussed finally about the difference between photosynthesis and respiration. The main difference between photosynthesis and respiration is photosynthesis is the anaerobic, it is anabolic process. Respiration is the catabolic process. Oxygen is produced in the photosynthesis, oxygen is used in the respiration. Carbon dioxide is used in the photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is produced in the respiration. They are equal and opposite. The metabolites which are produced during the photosynthesis are the end products of photosynthesis. In plants particularly, they are used as the reactants of respiration. Okay, and the end products of respiration in plants are used as reactants for the photosynthesis. So let us test ourselves. Let us discuss the questions from this chapter. Are you ready? Yes. The first question: the most common substrate of respiration is fats, amino acids, glucose, sucrose. Okay, which is the most common substrate? The simplest one, glucose. Glucose is the most common substrate of respiration, which produce instant energy. Next, during respiration, the substrate is, what happens to the substrate during the respiration? Reduced, hydrogenated, carbonated, or oxidized. So during the respiration, what happens? The substrate is oxidized. You have to remember the equation. What is that equation? C6H12O6 plus 6O2 gives rise to 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus energy. Okay, this represents the respiration equation. So here addition of oxygen is taking place now, so it is called oxidation of digested food materials to release energy is called respiration. So during respiration the substrate is oxidized. Next, the process common to aerobic and anaerobic respiration, the process which is common step. So the aerobic respiration takes place in three main stages. What are they? Glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and electron transport system. So here the question is, the process common to aerobic and anaerobic respiration is, it is glycolysis. Glycolysis is the common step because it does not require any oxygen. So oxidation of food material is finally taking place in which step actually? So it is in the after glycolysis in the mitochondria the oxidation is taking place. Okay, so first formation of pyruvate that is glycolysis. Next, in higher plants, the gaseous exchange takes place through. In higher plants, the gaseous exchange takes place through stomata, lenticels, general surface of some cells like root hairs. Okay. In higher plants, the gaseous exchange takes place by means of all the above: stomata in the leaves, lenticels in the stem, and the general surface of some cells in the root hair cells, roots. Okay, children. Next, in microbes, the gaseous exchange takes place through. In microbes means here bacteria, protozoans, unicellular organisms. Stomata, lenticels, general surface. So it is through the general surface. What is that process? That process is called diffusion. Example, you can take amoeba. Okay. General surface through plasma membrane. Next, the lime water turns milky in the presence of. So it is a test in which the lime water turns milky. Which gas turns lime water milky? Carbon dioxide, oxygen, water. None of these. So it is the carbon dioxide. It turns lime water milky. Next, in grasshopper, gaseous exchange takes place through gills, spiracles, trachea, lungs. In grasshopper, gaseous exchange takes place through. So air from outside, it enters through the openings called spiracles. So from the spiracles, it enters into the tubes, longitudinal tracheal trunk, and there are trachea. From the trachea or longitudinal tracheal trunk, it opens into the tissues in the form of tracheoles. Okay. So here spiracles helps in the exchange of gases in grasshopper or insects. Next, glycolysis takes place in which part of the cell? Cytoplasm, mitochondrial matrix, mitochondrial cristae, outside the cell. So it is a common step. It takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. Next, Krebs cycle takes place or operates in which part of the cell? Cytoplasm, mitochondrial matrix, mitochondrial cristae, outside the cell. It is the inner membrane mitochondrial matrix. Next, electron transport chain. This is the last step where the oxygen combines with the hydrogen and form the water, and the energy is produced in the form of ATP. It is the terminal process of aerobic respiration. Electron transport chain takes place in which part of the cell? Cytoplasm, mitochondrial matrix, mitochondrial cristae, outside the cell. It is the mitochondrial cristae. Mitochondrial cristae. Mitochondrial cristae consisting of pinhead like structures. So you know the inner membrane of mitochondria, it is divided into several finger like structures, folds. They are called cristae. These cristae possess some pinhead like structures. These pinhead like structures, they are called the F1 particles or F0 particles. So they contain lot of electron acceptors are present on these pinhead like structures. So the oxygen combines with the electron acceptors, and the hydrolysis of the phosphorylation takes place and the ATP is produced. Okay. So these are the cristae, F1 particles or F0 particles. Okay. Next, anaerobic respiration takes place in the cytoplasm, in the mitochondria, outside the cells. Anaerobic respiration means absence of oxygen, so glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm. Next, instant source of energy. Which of the following is the instant source of energy? Sucrose, glucose, fats, amino acids. It is the simplest one is among the following, glucose. So generally glucose is the main substrate or important the substrate for the cellular respiration. So when the glucose is available, first it will undergo the process of aerobic respiration or anaerobic respiration and produce the energy. When the glucose is not available, then it will go for amino acids or fatty acids. Okay. Next, the number of ATP molecules produced during aerobic and anaerobic respiration are dash and dash respectively. Okay. Here, the number of ATP molecules produced during aerobic and anaerobic respiration. First aerobic, then anaerobic. So the total number of ATPs produced in aerobic respiration are 38, and in the anaerobic respiration 2. Okay. The cramps are caused by the heavy exercise, resulting in the accumulation of. So how that muscle cramps or muscle fatigue occur? Why do we feel pain when the continuously strenuous exercises done? It is due to the accumulation of lactic acid. The glucose undergo the partial oxidation. When the oxygen is not available, the pyruvic acid converts into lactic acid, okay, which cause the pain. Next, the product of glycolysis is carbon dioxide and water, pyruvic acid, acetyl coenzyme A, none of these. It is the pyruvic acid. What is glycolysis? Glycolysis, breaking down of glucose. Glyco means glucose, lysis means breaking down. The process of breaking down of one molecule of glucose into two molecules of pyruvic acid is called as glycolysis. The product of glycolysis is pyruvic acid. Next, lowering of diaphragm. Lowering of diaphragm results in. So here this is the process of the breathing. In the process of breathing, diaphragm plays very important role. At the time of inspiration, the diaphragm gets lowered, ribs expand, the chest cavity increase, internal air pressure decrease, the air rushes inside. So lowering of diaphragm results in the inspiration. Okay, it results in inspiration where the lungs filled with air. Next, the energy produced during respiration is stored in. The energy produced in respiration is stored in which molecule? Pyruvic acid, carbon dioxide, adenosine monophosphate, AMP, adenosine monophosphate. Next, adenosine triphosphate, ATP. Okay, in which molecule the energy is stored, children? It is stored in ATP, adenosine triphosphate. It is called energy currency. Whenever we need energy, this ATP will get hydrolyzed, and the energy present in the terminal phosphate is released out. 1 ATP on hydrolysis produce 7200 calories or 7.2 kilocalories of energy. Okay, children. Next, the surface area of gills is increased due to the presence of. The surface area of the gills. What are the structural and functional units of the gills? Lamellae, alveoli, arches, slits. It is the gill lamellae which increase the surface area of the gills. The respiratory surface should be permeable, thin, richly supplied with blood vessels, all of the above. So the respiratory surface, it may be the skin, or it may be the lungs, or it may be the gills, whatever may be the respiratory surface, it must be permeable. The gas should enter easily by diffusion. Okay, it must be thin and it must be richly supplied with blood vessels or blood capillaries. Then only the process of exchange of gases takes place. These are the conditions. Hiccups can be best described as forceful sudden expiration, jerky incomplete inspiration, vibration of the soft palate during breathing while sleeping, or sign of somebody remembering you. Hiccups mainly due to the jerky incomplete inspiration. Because when the epiglottis is not functioning properly, when we talk at the time of eating, sometimes, okay, or when we eat more spicy food material, okay, it may happen. The jerky incomplete inspiration is called hiccups. Next, snoring. Snoring can be best described as forceful sudden expiration, jerky incomplete inspiration, or vibration of the soft palate during the breathing while sleeping, or sound sleep. The snoring can be best described as the vibration of the soft palate during breathing while sleeping. Okay, particularly the obese people, some people, okay, it become a habit, or it's a disorder where the soft palate during breathing produce the vibration at the time of sleeping. It is an involuntary action. Sneezing can be best described as, it is also involuntary. Sneezing can be described as a forceful sudden expiration, jerky incomplete inspiration, vibration of the soft palate during breathing while sleeping. Something you should never do when someone is going out. It's a superstition, no? Naturally, the sneezing is a forcible sudden expiration. It is forcible sudden expiration. When something enters into the respiratory system, it will be pushes out by means of this forceful sudden expiration. Respiration, in addition to producing energy, also carry out the function of producing the major part of the body heat, manufacturing the food, maintaining the water levels. So it is the producing the major part of body heat. So it is necessary to keep the body warm. We are warm blooded. So this respiration is a process by which the heat is added to the body constantly, regularly, continuously. Which of the following are the stages of respiration in the correct order? Okay, here the 4 steps are given. Which is the correct sequence? Gaseous transport, breathing, tissue respiration, and cellular respiration. Breathing, gaseous transport, tissue respiration, and cellular respiration. Next, breathing, gaseous transport, cellular respiration, and tissue respiration. Breathing, tissue respiration, cellular respiration, gaseous transport. So it is the third one which is representing the correct sequence. Breathing, gaseous transport, cellular respiration, then exchange of gases between the tissue respiration. Next, epiglottis guards the entrance of It's a traffic police. Epiglottis. Pharynx, windpipe, bronchus, lungs. So it guards the entrance of a trachea or windpipe. Okay. Glottis. Epiglottis is a flip-like cartilaginous structure present in the glottis. Glottis is the part of pharynx. Okay. So this epiglottis will allow the air to enter into the windpipe, and when the food enters, it closes the windpipe and allows the food to enter into the food pipe. Okay. So this is it regulates the transport of air, water and food. Next question. The expired air differs from the inspired air in the following respects. It contains more carbon dioxide, it contains less oxygen, it contains more water vapor. How beautiful it is. The question representing all of the above. Okay. The air, expired air. Expired means the air which comes out during the expiration. It contains more carbon dioxide, it contains less oxygen, and it contains more water vapor. So heat, some of the heat to keep the body warm, and some of the heat will be eliminated out in the form of water vapor, isn't it? Okay. So the air which we breathe in contain more oxygen, 21%, and less carbon dioxide, some 0.3% like this, 0.03% like that. But in the expired air, the oxygen percentage may be reduced to 16%, and the carbon dioxide percentage is increased to 4.6%. Means it indicates the expired air contains more carbon dioxide, and it contains less oxygen, and it contains more water vapor. Next question. Which structure separates thorax from the abdomen? Thorax from the abdomen is separated by the diaphragm, the muscular structure which separates the abdominal cavity from the thoracic cavity, and which plays a very important role in the process of respiration. It is a muscular structure. Which area of the brain controls the respiratory movements? Cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata, medusa. Okay. So it is the medulla oblongata contains the respiratory centers. Okay, the olfactory lobes present in the cerebrum, which controls the smell. We can smell with the olfactory lobes, but the breathing is under the control of medulla oblongata, brain stem, part of brain stem. The volume of the air that contains that can be taken in and expelled out by maximum inspiration and expiration is called, what is this is the definition: lung capacity, vital capacity, tidal volume, or respiratory volume. So it is the vital capacity, the volume of air that can be taken in and that can be expelled out by maximum inspiration and expiration is called vital capacity. Next, the final acceptor of electrons in the electron transport chain is water, oxygen, hydrogen, cytochrome B. It is the final terminal acceptor, that is the oxygen, can form the water and release the energy. Who introduced the name mitochondria for the first time? Studied in 9th class, structure of mitochondria. The term mitochondria was introduced by the James Long, Benda, Louis Pasteur, Harvard. Okay, who introduced the term mitochondria? The term mitochondria was introduced by Benda. Okay. Next, following in which mitochondria is absent. In which of the following mitochondria is absent? Muscle fibers, mature RBC, renal tubules or renal tubular cells. Okay. The mitochondria are absent in the mature RBC. Mature RBC is a prokaryotic cell. It is a prokaryotic cell. Next, on which factor the number of mitochondria depends? Energy requirement of the cell, size of the plant or animal, condition of the plasma membrane, requirement of secretion. So it depends upon the energy requirement. So if more energy is required, that's the reason why in the sperm cells more mitochondria are present. To swim, it requires more energy. Next, the lifespan of mitochondria, it's an approximate value, 1 to 2 years, 2 to 4 years, 4 to 10 years, 10 to 14 years. So the approximate value is 4 to 10 years. Lifespan of mitochondria. Next, the percentage of RNA in the mitochondria. So as we know that there are two important cell organelles which are semi-autonomous. They are nucleus contain the DNA, genetic material. Along with that, mitochondria and the chloroplast contain their own RNA, DNA and ribosomes. Okay. So how much percentage of RNA is present in the mitochondria? Mitochondrial RNA it is called. Okay, it is around 0.5%. Around 0.5% of RNA is present in a mitochondria. Next, which breaks down the food to release energy? Nucleus, lysosomes, mitochondria and vacuole. It is the mitochondria. Because breaking down of food material means lysosomes also come, but here to release energy is mentioned. So it is mitochondria. Next, what are the layered structures that look like folds in the mitochondria called? Adenosine triphosphate, cell membrane, cristae, ribosomes. The inner membrane is folded. Those folds are called cristae. Mitochondrial cristae they are called. Inner mitochondrial cristae, which contain the several electron acceptors, okay, and involved in the electron transport system or electron transport chain. What organelle is called the powerhouse of the cell? Endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, mitochondria, nucleolus. It is the mitochondria which is called the powerhouse of the cell because energy is generated in this cell organelle. Next, to convert the energy of glucose into the usable form of ATP is a function of which cell organelle? Cell wall, cytoplasm, nucleus and mitochondria. Mitochondria. Next, what are the end products of aerobic respiration? Sugar and oxygen, carbon dioxide, water and energy, carbon dioxide and energy, water and energy. So it is carbon dioxide, water and energy. So these are the end products of aerobic respiration. Next, what number of ATP are produced in EMP? EMP means Embedden, Meyerhof and Paranas pathway, EMP pathway. So this EMP pathway means Krebs cycle itself. 8 ATPs are produced. Next, how many ATP molecules are produced by the aerobic oxidation of one molecule of glucose? The complete oxidation, it produces 38 ATPs. Okay. Next, so the question, net gain of ATP means again 36. 2 is utilized in the glycolysis. So here how many ATPs are produced? So it is 38. During which stage in the complete oxidation of glucose or the greatest number of ATP molecules are formed from ADP. ADP means adenosine diphosphate converted into ATP by a process called as phosphorylation. So in which step the more number of ATP is produced? Krebs cycle, glycolysis, electron transport chain, or the conversion of pyruvic acid to acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, in which part of the energy releasing system, respiration, the more number of ATP are produced? So it is the electron transport chain, the final step where this more number of ATPs are produced. Next, the 44, RQ. RQ means respiratory coefficient. Respiratory coefficient is dash: carbon by nitrogen, nitrogen by carbon, carbon dioxide by oxygen, or oxygen by carbon dioxide. Okay, it is the amount of carbon dioxide produced and amount of oxygen utilized, the ratio. It is called respiratory coefficient. Oxidative phosphorylation is the production of. What is oxidative phosphorylation? So this oxidative phosphorylation means the ATP, adenosine diphosphate, converted to ATP by the addition of inorganic phosphate in the presence of oxygen. This is called oxidative phosphorylation. Okay. So ATP in photosynthesis, NADPH in the photosynthesis, or ATP in the respiration, NADH in respiration. Okay, it is the ATP in respiration, oxidative phosphorylation. The final step, electron transport system, it takes place. That's why more number of ATP are produced. What is the end product of citric acid cycle or Krebs cycle? Citric acid, lactic acid, pyruvic acid, carbon dioxide, and water. So what are the end product? End product of citric acid cycle or Krebs cycle? So actually this should be removed. Only carbon dioxide is the end product of Krebs cycle. So water is produced in the electron transport system. Next, life without air would be reductional, free from oxidative damage, impossible, anaerobic. So without air also the life exists in some living organisms, that is anaerobic life. Okay, some intestinal parasites, yeast, some bacteria, they undergo this anaerobic respiration. When the yeast ferments glucose, the products obtained are ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide, methyl alcohol and carbon dioxide, ethyl alcohol and water, water and carbon dioxide. So here yeast means alcoholic fermentation takes place. So ethyl alcohol or ethanol and carbon dioxide. Okay. Next, at the end of glycolysis, 6 carbon compound ultimately changes into. Glycolysis starts with glucose, 6 carbon compound C6H12O6 is changed into a 3 carbon compound, that is pyruvic acid. It is also called a pyruvate. It is also called a pyruvate. Next, the energy accumulated in ATP in disulfide bond, hydrogen bonds, high energy phosphate bond, ester bond. Okay, the high energy is accumulated in ATP in the high energy phosphate, inorganic phosphate. That's the reason why. So what is the ATP structure? If you simply imaginary structure of ATP, if you take adenosine triphosphate, 3 phosphates are attached by means of this bond, adenosine triphosphate. Okay, the more energy is present in the terminal phosphate. Okay, this phosphate, high energy phosphate bond, when that bond is broken, the energy is released. Okay. Okay, children, keep reading the book, refer the material. So thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.